This week on Big Eyes, we ask so many different questions. What do you look for when starting a new series? Which of the big three is the most influential of the new century? Where's Hikari? What do you classify Blue Box as? So many questions, so much more to talk about on this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. Welcome and welcome back. This is an all new week, all new episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. As always, it is AD, and we got the boy LJ here. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, this is episode 98.
I know, it's crazy. Bro,
Two
we about
more,
to hit.
we got 100.
Hey, man, we hitting it on Black History Month, too. So this
Oh, yeah, we hitting it. Black History Month, we got to go crazy.
Yeah, man, yeah. We got to do something crazy, man. What you think we should do for episode 100?
Nigga, we about to open up the phone lines.
Ooh.
We opening up the phone lines. Just everybody just come on and just give a hot take. I don't care what it is. Just literally, episode 100 is going to be me arguing with as many people as I possibly can in 1 hour.
That sounds like a bet to me. I'm just sit back chilling, man. You know,
Hey,
I'm
listen,
gonna be a mediator. I'm like, all right.
All you need to do is just instigate. That's all I need you to do. I just need you to instigate, and I just need you to keep the conversations flowing.
I bet. That's gonna be a wild one.
Episode 100. I'm just episode 100 is gonna be argue with LJ. That's all it's gonna be. Come on, I don't care if it's about manga, anime. Just come on here and argue with me. That's all I care.
All right,
about.
say less. So we gonna make it like 5-minute or 10-minute arguments. We got to make it like some.
Oh, 5-minute arguments.
Bet.
We get 10 people on here. We'll be up.
Go down the line.
Well, 12 people on here. 12 people, 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to argue with me about anything that you want to argue with. That's going to be episode 100. We get 12 people. So the first 12 people to get in, man, those are the people that get to argue with me for 5 minutes about, I don't care. You just come on here and just give a hot take. It's going to suck if I actually like agree with some of those though.
It be like that sometimes, right? You be like, you
really
know what?
Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I respect it.
Man, listen, that's gonna be a fun episode, man. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I promise you. Listen, I promise you. That's episode 100. We doing this for 100 episodes. I just come on here and just tell me something to piss me off. Y'all know me well enough. If you listen to this, like if you listen to the Big Eyes podcast consistently, you know me well enough to know what ticks me off and what doesn't. You can come on here and just say some shit. You don't even got to believe it. You just know I'm just not gonna like it.
All right, I gotta have some lined up, man. I'm gonna have like a couple of topics lined up just in case.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm gonna definitely find some things, man.
People don't know that me and AD spend a lot of time arguing with each other. We just sound nice on the show. Me and AD really just be disagreeing on so much of the text.
Like, no, dog. This is not
like, bro. People do not understand that me and you do not see eye to eye on a lot of things. It just makes for great conversation, though. I'll say this, AD. I really do respect your opinion on things. Like AD really be changing my minds on some shit, but I like there be times I'll be like, bro, you're tripping. You are wilding. Like when we like the what was it? What did you say? What was like Hunter x Hunter?
I said
when you said Undead Unluck was like Hunter x Hunter, I was like, bro, you're tripping. I'm like, what are you talking about? Then you broke it down, and I was just like, nah. I was like, okay, I see what you're saying now. I was like, okay, AD ain't off the deep end just yet. Nah, at that time, I was like, oh, this nigga done going off. I was like, oh well,
because I know there be times, man. I'm just like, all right, I know I'm about to say some wild shit. I know niggas gonna disagree. I know you would especially disagree on some shit, man. But you know what I'm saying. I respect your opinion too on a lot of things. So I'm like, I don't know about this one, Chief. I can't agree with that one. I just can't for some reason.
Oh man, listen, that's the best thing about anime and manga though. Like it makes for great conversation. Like there's no reason that we should ever like a manga is so vast and there's so many different stories, and like what draws people to like manga and like what I think is good is completely different than what you think is good. What you think is good. Like to you, what are the first things that you like when you're reading a manga or you're like becoming a fan of manga? Like what are the usual first things you look for?
For me, it's like the art, main character, and the setting. Those are probably like the top three things. After
Art, main
that,
character, and setting.
yeah, because that's like the first chapter. It got to be done in that first chapter for me, man. Like you already know how I
Yeah,
feel
you
about
bro.
first
Yeah, bro.
chapters.
Listen, you are gruesome with that with the first chapter rule. That shit's different. I respect it though, because you really do be holding firm on like, bro, if this don't get me in the first chapter, I'm done with it. I ain't finna sit here and do too much.
Yeah, man, because it's too much. It's too much great stuff, like you said, man. Like I seen a tweet the other day that said, there is a manga for everyone. It was something like there is a manga for everyone. There is an anime for everyone. So if you don't like anime, you just haven't found the right one for you. And I'm like, that's some real shit because the spectrum is so vast and diverse, where it's so many different stories, bro. Like you can have sports, you can have shonen. Like everybody talks about the mainstream shonen shit, of course, because that's like the easiest to get into. But we got so many other stories to tell, man, other than just like the live action. What I'm saying, HBO specials or whatever the fuck that's coming out. That's what I'm saying, like. But with anime and manga, it's like hundreds of thousands and millions of stories out there, and I think like Shonen Jump is just the best way to access that. And even though we disagree, like, hey, I respect your opinion. I respect everything that, what I'm saying, you look, because at the end of the day, we still fans of the same thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that I think when it comes to Shonen Jump, I think the only thing that gets kind of annoying to me is that a lot of these story tropes and like character tropes are just like repetitive.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But like usually when I'm reading manga, like art is I mean, obviously we're reading a story with pictures in it, so art has to
Yeah.
play a huge role in it.
Yeah.
Um, but I love. I mean, I like when I'm reading, especially first chapters. And I'm not a first chapter rule like you. I like to. I will give things the chance to attempt to grow and develop into whatever they need to develop into. But I think a strong story base is definitely something that I truly enjoy as a fan. Um, I just think I think it's important in the day I want a story. In the day I want to
Yeah.
fall in love with the story. And it's not really and when I say story, it's not characters. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think people fall in love with characters. Like for me, I like what are you trying to drive me to? End of the
Yeah.
day, like what are you trying like you know what I'm saying? Like what journey are you trying to take me on right now?
Yeah. Like what can these characters display that like makes me want to follow them in their journey?
Yeah, you
Like,
know what I'm saying? Like like how why should I be invested into these characters and like what they're trying to accomplish? Like what is the point of me spending my time every single Sunday chapter to chapter reading this story? Like what is the reason behind it?
yeah.
Like cuz there are some stories where I have read where there isn't a character where I'm like, man, I really love this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yeah.
a stories I've read where like the characters aren't as strong, but it tells a great story.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel so. Here's the thing.
You know what's a manga like that, which is really funny when I say that is like Food Wars. Like I think Food War has a lot of good characters. I think a lot of characters are really really good, but there's no like real like it's no like real character where I'm like this character is amazing and is great and I love this character. I don't think there's a
Yeah.
single character in Food Wars that is in my like top 10 favorite characters all time. Maybe
Yeah.
C1. Dude,
Oh, white haired dude. I forgot his name.
yeah, maybe C1, but even then like I'm just kind of just like all right, cool. But like this is the second week in a row I've done reference Food Wars about something. But I think like Food Wars tells a great story though.
Yeah, I agree with you. And on a similar note, I put somebody on the Food Wars because they are a new anime fan. So I was like, you might want to check this out. It's like
Oh, you're
it's
giving them super horny stuff off the gate. I respect it.
now I think so.
you
Here's the
got
thing.
them. You got
I
them. You
put them
got
through.
them.
I had to see where I had to gauge where their taste lies. So I put them through like Fire Force and then like other things like Demon Slayer, and like they responded pretty well. So I was like, you know what? Let me test this. Let me really see how I can push the envelope. So I gave them Food Wars, and they really enjoy it. So I mean, hey,
Oh man, Food Wars is heat though.
yeah, it is.
Food Wars is amazing.
Yeah, man. And the other thing, like, I agree with you on as far as like the characters because I do feel like the characters really aren't as strong. Like in my opinion, like Soma is more than likely my favorite character from Food Wars. After rewatching it for a little bit, I was like, you know what, Soma is really that nigga, even though he be fucking with niggas with his food.
Oh yeah, Soma's real. I think the best thing about Soma is that like you really, I mean, Soma really embodies what being a chef is really like. It's just
Yeah.
like you're really just you're trying things. There, you know what I'm saying? Like he's taking these risks and he's just trying shit and some things fail and like I love the fact that they lean into the fact that he leans into his failures.
Hmm.
Then but like some things hit and some things are
Yeah.
amazing and they taste great and you're kind of like, whoa, I found a new flavor combination that I never really thought before. And but I think Soma's a great character for me is because he really does embody that. And like
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. For
But I
sure.
really just was just like there's no like Uzai in the fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's
Like
like nobody that's like,
there's no one where I'm just like, yo, this character is absolutely amazing. Like this character blows my, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no real character, but it's just how they use the characters and how each character's relationship with each other, like it all pushes a grander story where I'm like, okay, cool. I think story, but I think like manga that has a lot of characters in it are like that though. Like there's a lot of fucking characters in Food Wars.
yeah, I was gonna say like that's one of the things about it. Like the fact that a lot of shonen stuff introduces the school concept, but when you get introduced to so many characters and you make them as diverse as they are on Food Wars, it's like you can't they may not be as strong as you want them to be, but they are distinct enough to where you can recognize them and be like, oh yeah, that's Meat Shorty. Oh yeah, that's Shorty cousin. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
Alice, you got so many different folks that you can pull from. Whereas there are some anime, like I will say Assassination Classroom, one of my favorites, but it has that type of thing where half of the cast, more than half of them folks in the classroom is very forgettable. Like you may remember like
Oh hell yeah! In Assassination Classroom, like you don't remember like half them niggas or why they're even there.
exactly, bro.
You're
Like you
like they really lean into like some of these guys are not doing well after high school. Like
yeah.
some of these niggas is not getting into college.
like
Like listen, man, I understand No Child Left Behind, but some of them are not. Yeah, they definitely getting left behind for sure.
yeah, man. But that's one of the things. It's still a good story where it doesn't have to rely on the characters because the greater story that they're trying to tell through the main ones is like that much more greater. So it's like, that's another thing. I will say one of the news segments today, one of the news topics is for there was a manga that ended in Shonen Jump. A manga that we never covered, a manga that we probably will never cover, but you know what I'm saying? It was Magu-chan God of Destruction, 77 chapters, ended this past week. I started reading half of it, and it kind of falls into the same thing that we were talking about, where it's like the characters are kind of driving the story, but there's no real overarching story to it. Like it was just a fun time. I read half of it. I'm probably not going to read the rest, but you know what I'm saying? I could see a fun story there for anybody who wanted to, follow along in that journey. Like there are some moments where it's like, oh, this is kind of adorable. You get the tale of the girl who gets visited by the gods of chaos, and they don't really know anything about the world. They got sealed away by holy knights or whatever. They come back to the earth and you know rage and cause destruction and havoc, but not really. They are more or less like adapting to human society, and it just becomes like a very fun time. You know what I'm saying? It's like little brother, kid, sister. You know what I'm saying? Type of funny manga. But it does have some like real touching moments in there. Like the girl had her father pass away, and her mom works overseas, so she lives at home alone. And when her mom comes home for Christmas, that's like a big thing in the story. It's like, damn, will she actually make it home in time for Christmas type shit? But that's one of those ones that if you want something that's like a feel good funny story, go check it out. But it ended, and we will have two new manga on the way. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about two new manga already popping up on the scene?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not even surprised that I think we even said that Magu-chan was probably going to be the next one that
Yeah.
gets clipped. For sure, we called that.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think we did.
but like we can't really say that it wasn't a success. I mean, okay, I want to be real. Like, I understand people be like, "Oh man, like if it's listen, 77 chapters ain't no small feat."
It's not. That's a little over a year.
That's
Niggas
what I'm
don't even
saying.
make
Yeah,
it. Niggas don't even make it out the
like
season.
that's a little over a year. Like, yeah, that's a over a year. We didn't even touch it. We didn't even say nothing about it.
Exactly. And it ran for that long.
Literally the first time we said anything about it, we were just like, it's gonna be trash. But I mean, it's gonna be clipped.
You
But
know,
like,
it's sad though, because it was like a lot of mangaka were praising. They were like, "Oh yeah, you need to go check this out. Like, this is actually not bad." I think Fujimoto said something about it. I think
man,
Oda said something about it.
Fujimoto and Oda though, they be on drugs.
Yeah,
So
they do.
can we really trust them?
Hey man,
No,
listen,
I
we still
low key though, man. You can trust people who do drugs. It depends on the drugs, but usually when they tell you something's fire, they usually right.
Yeah, that is true.
Crackheads be crack, bro. Like crackheads be tapped in. They just be stealing stuff. That's their issue.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Crackheads really won't steer you wrong though. Crackheads be knowing what they talking about. And I'm not saying Oda and Fujimoto are crackheads. No, but do I say they do like drugs on the same level as crackheads? Maybe. It's definitely Oda. Oda be off it. I mean,
You
I've
got
said this plenty of times. I mean, like, bro, come on, man. Look at the stories they be writing. I know that a lot of mangaka be off drugs. There's no way that they could think of the things they think about, and there's not at least something. If they're doing this sober, that's very concerning.
I feel like there's at least one time where they bring their assistants into the room and be like, you know what? I know that we were
Oh,
working hard.
I am 1,000% sure all their assistants are on drugs. A lot of their assistants are like our age or younger or
Yeah,
around our age. Like, come on, bro. You're telling
yeah.
me like a 24-year-old working like 80 hours a week that's fresh out of college ain't doing drugs? Please. He has a coke pouch right in the like next to the pencils.
He like, let me take a
He
break right quick.
definitely listen, bro. He got a bump right next to the .5 lead, bro. Come on, don't play. Don't play, man.
Ah,
Them assistants is probably going hard.
man, listen, I don't.
It's not the I need a documentary like sex, drugs, and in mangaka or some shit. Sex, drugs, and manga writing.
Sex, drugs, and manga, right?
That's what I need. I need that. I need that
It got to be
documentary
like a
soon.
2 hour special. Like,
Man,
get it, get it, get it.
I
The
would.
inside
Oh, bro,
scoop.
I would definitely pay like theater money to go see like a documentary about like the life of a mangaka.
Oh
Not like
man,
in like specific ones. Like I gotta because man, like once again, I feel that man. Once again, the stories that they write, there's no way a normal human being or just a normal brain is writing this. Those
yeah,
guys are really weird in real life. I feel like.
yeah, bro. You got to see like you got to see the man cave. That's really the test right there. You got to
Oh no,
see.
I don't want to see neither one of those man caves. It is probably real disgusting and real. A mangaka's man cave that would probably get a lot of them put in jail. A lot of them probably deserves a little bit of jail time for whatever a mangaka may like. Just knowing what they draw, what they probably hang up on their walls in their own private home is probably absolutely insane.
And you know it's probably sad though. It's like they probably get those things, but it would be even worse if they got them sent to them by like people who are endorsing them. Like they get endorsement
Imagine
deals.
imagine going to a mangaka's house and the first thing you see is just a big poster of like high school D&D.
For the record, like that got hella seasons. I know what I'm
It got
saying.
hella seasons because they were showing titties for like the first three of them.
Hey man,
That was the first time I ever saw like real life like anime private parts on screen. I was just like, whoa! I was like, they're really showing full nipple here. I'm like, that's crazy.
yeah, that shit is out of pocket. I think it's funny because like one of the oldest anime that I seen with like that was Tenchi Muyo, because one of my cousins had the actual DVD and I was like, you know
Oh,
what?
your cousin's a freak.
I was no, bro. That was, first is a girl, bro. So it's like I was trying to
Okay.
figure out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it in so long. but I remember seeing it on Toonami, so let me watch it. And then I was like, I could have sworn they had bikinis on or whatever. And I remembering like, Toonami got to edit things for
Oh yeah,
the
Toonami
proper
definitely. Yeah,
audience.
yeah, yeah. Toonami definitely was on they
P's and Q's.
yeah, they was on their P's and Q's. They was not trying to get bumped off for any reason
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, man.
Respect. You gave us a lot of anime.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out.
But no, having a Tenchimuto uncut, unrated,
Yeah,
different move.
it was it. Story still kind of all right. I ain't gonna hold you, but like that's another thing. But back to the two new jumps. So we got two new jump series, man. You know what I'm saying? First one coming out, I think next week, is called Akibanashi. And the second one is called Child of the Earth. And this is coming from WHJ Manga. Uh, they said the first one is about the world of Rakugo, and it seems like a father-daughter story.
Oh, so
And the second one is a love story between a hero and an ordinary person.
not sold, but I'm definitely sold on the father daughter.
Yeah, same. That's
Super
exactly
sold
what I
on a
said.
father. Super sold on a father daughter. I don't like love stories that have to deal with one person being the super or like one person being the hero and the other person just being the normal person. Which means because the reason of that is though is that's because that normal person is going to be such a big cop out for that hero. There's gonna be so many times that hero probably should have died and like the power of love or a power or whatever is done saved them and got them through whatever that where they really should have died. I hate that shit so
See,
much.
but the thing I thought about it was, what if the ordinary person becomes the hero? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they swap roles.
I
Like,
even hate that more. I didn't read the story for you to become the hero. I don't care if you're a boy or a girl.
you
I
not giving
didn't.
them
I'm
a
not.
chance to like.
You're the damsel in distress. Do we need more like stories like that where like the woman's the hero and the guy's the damsel in distress? I'm down for that.
But what if that's the thing?
Shout out to the
What if it's like that?
shout out to the weak men in the world. Shout out to the non-confrontational males in the world. The males are kind of like, yo, do we really got to fight? Like, come on, man. And the girls that are like mad aggressive. Like, really, I want a manga story about like a girl and a guy, and the guy they go out to eat all the time, and they just get the order wrong.
She gotta speak up for him the
She
whole
gotta
time.
speak up the whole
like,
time.
right, it's all right. It's all right.
It's nothing but like retail horror stories.
Yeah,
He asked for a size 34 jean, not a 32.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I need all stories like that. I need Blue Box with retail.
Blue Box with retail.
Hey, Blue Box chapter was amazing this week too.
Oh yeah, Blue Box is definitely really good.
That's some really good story writing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really enjoy the breakdown between Karen and Haryu's relationship. Man, that was amazing.
Hey, that was some real shit that was speaking though. Like that's why I like Blue Box so much. Like once again, these are kids that we're talking about, but like that's real life shit that they're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to balance like your love for your passion or your career and your love for another human being.
Yeah, man. And it's like the fact that like both of y'all have y'all own dreams, but y'all are still supporting each other to go do your passions. Like she pulled up to his game and was like, I thought you was busy. You know what I'm saying? You would think that you would be happy that I actually showed up. I came to cheer you on. And you see that support that they're both trying to give their all. It's like, man, this is
The
really
best the best part of all that is obviously they talk about like, they both have these goals and these dreams, and the reason why they got together is because like although they try to suppress these emotions that they were feeling for each other, and it's like, yo, like I understand we're feeling this type of way, but I got things I'm trying to get done, you got things you're trying to get done. But ultimately at the end they're kind of just like, man, we can't deny this anymore, but how can we make sure that like I love the fact that they are very intentional with how do we keep a balance and how do we keep this boundary line of this balance needs to stay what it is, because if we tip it either scale, like, you know what I'm saying, one of us starts slacking off or whatever, like we're done. Like I'm not finna, like, you know what I'm saying? It's I like it because not only is it a thing of like it not only is it a thing of it's like holding each other accountable. It's like end of the day, like I know that you like want to be with me, but you have your own life to live. You have your own goals, your own dreams that you need to accomplish, and I'm going to be here to support you through that. And if I ever feel that I'm getting in the way of you accomplishing your goals and dreams, or feeling in the way of like you're getting in the way of me focusing on this, then we're just gonna call it quits, and this just is what it is. Like
Yeah.
is that some crazy maturity for some kids who were like 15, 16 years old?
Yeah, but not only that, it's like they're willing to give it a chance. They were like, we can't deny it. We gotta at least give it a
Oh yeah,
shot.
they were like, man, listen, man, you can't block true love.
Exactly, man. Like, especially after he made her read the his second grade diary, and she was like, you know
First
what?
of all, this nigga did not know how to write that well in second grade. That was such cap. That was like fifth, maybe sixth, fifth or sixth grade.
I don't know, man. I forgot what he
talking about. He's talking about made of metal and writing big words. Ain't no way, man. This is coming from a kid that was in the gifted and talented, bro. Shout out to all my kids. Shout out to all my gifted and talented kids who are now in like existential crisis currently. This is who I tweet for.
We tweet for the tag kids. The tag.
we tweet for the kids that were gifted and talented and now have like crippling anxiety.
Having a midlife crisis in their 20s.
Having midlife crisis, man. This is who we do it for. But no, man, like once again, it's just a beautiful like blue. Here's my thing: are we consider is Blue Box considered a shonen to you?
By definition, yes, it is a shonen. Like the target demographic, like they're pushing for, as well as Shonen Jump criteria, friendship, effort, and victory, all of that hoopla. By definition.
But
that being said, art style, no. Story, and I don't know, man. It's teetering the line.
I think it's the only reason why is because there's a male lead. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but at the same time, like the story that they're telling, it's not even really. It's part sports, but it's more slice of life, dog. Like, I wouldn't be able to say it's a full shonen. It's like a shonen in the clothing is shonen, but the inside is very shoujo, bro. Like, I don't know what to call. What do you call that? What do you call this?
This is real talk stories. Man, that's what it is. Put this in the Barnes and Noble bestseller. That's what you need to put it on.
Hey, it's gonna be there. First volume drop. How many volume? How much do you think it's gonna sell when the English volume drops?
English ain't dropped yet.
Nah, not yet.
It's not gonna do crazy numbers. It'll probably do a couple million. Maybe.
Do you think it needs an anime for it to do numbers?
Oh, Blue Box does have an English release.
It does? Where?
April 11th. It came out April 11th of last year.
Bruh, I have not seen that in shelves. Where? Is it on my own? Because Viz be doing that. Oh, no,
this is the first chapter. My bad.
I was about to say, dog. Like, I know Viz would have made that a thing,
bro. Let me see. There is. I swear the volume has to be. There has to
be. Like the Japanese volume probably dropped, but like English.
Oh, nope. Yeah, you're right. There's no to be determined. It probably won't do numbers. I don't know. It probably won't do numbers off rip. Nah, I mean it's bopping in Japan. It won't do numbers off rip. It won't do. If it does an anime, it'll probably go up. But even then, anime wise, it'll probably be like a middle tier thing, like one of those like if you know type things, or like if you're really tapped in, you'll be tapped in.
Yeah.
Because I can't put this on the same level as like a fruit. Like as much as I love it, I can't put this on the same level as like a Fruit Baskets. It's not on the same level as like Komi Can't Communicate.
Yeah. And
I
it's
need
crazy
them to
because
put the rest of Kubo won't let me be invisible on Shonen Jump.
oh yeah, they definitely need to like hurry that
Cause
up.
because it got like chapter like what 1 through 8 or like one
Yeah,
through
1
nine
through
on
8,
it.
and it's like already to 100 right now.
Yeah, I'm saying, and they go to like 98 or the 102 or whatever the fucking number is. But like, it's such a huge gap of stuff that's missing there. But if you read the first like 9 chapters, I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And then you jump to like 90, and then you see where the story's at. You're like, whoa, what is this? I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. But no, like I think it's amazing. I think Blue Box is a absolutely amazing manga that everyone should read. But
Yeah,
if we're gonna
same.
talk about popularity, it's been rising though.
Yeah,
Japan has
yeah,
been rising. It's on numbers. Do
yeah.
you see the first month numbers for manga sales?
What was it, like 600? It was something like that.
I
I,
mean, it was like top 15,
yeah,
top 15, top 20, or some shit crazy like that.
there was also a list. I remember seeing like a list of like Japan's top wanted manga that need an anime. I gotta go pull that back up because that was a wild list. I thought that was actually pretty clean how they actually organized that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, I know. Actually, know exactly what list you're talking about. I know exactly what list you're talking about. I don't have it. You can go find it, bro. Listen,
yeah,
AD,
nah,
you find things on the spot. It
man,
takes you
I'm
like
just
three
scrolling.
seconds,
I'm just scrolling,
bro.
dog.
It takes you like 3 seconds to find things.
Bro,
like AD, how did you pull this
so,
up
bro, hey,
already?
bro.
What the
Sometimes they
hell?
don't know, man. Like we don't be. See, I just found it, but sometimes they don't know, man. I be having to clip it. I be having to clip some shit out because we do be taking a minute to like find stuff sometimes, man.
Oh, he's like, oh, I found it. He says it all casually.
Hey, man, but
I
all
hate
right. So
you.
it's like 100 Anime Japan's 2022 manga we want to see animated nominees, and it's 102 on here. So they got at number 3, it's one called Diamond in the Rough. I think that's a Jump Plus one. Number 5 is Undead Unluck. Number 9 is Witch Watch. Number 15 is Oshinoko. 24
People are
Kaiju.
really. I got okay. I'll stop talking shit. I'll tap into Witch Watch. Obviously, people are really into it.
Yeah, man. I'm
How is
telling you,
Kaiju number 8 not on like top 5?
it's 24, man. I see. I
Okay, I'm
think
talking. If we're talking straight visuals, bro. I mean, Kaiju number 8 would look so much better than Undead Unluck.
so. The thing is, I think this. Let me see. Somewhere in this tweet. Okay, yeah, the tweet below it says this is not a ranking, but a Japanese alphabetical order.
Okay, alphabetical order. But even then, though, I think Undead Unluck gets more love than Kaiju number 8. I
I
think
mean,
Kaiju number 8 is a better story. Now,
the
which is
thing
crazy to
is though,
say.
it's Kaiju number 8. It has that bi-weekly or that off schedule, and Undead Unluck ain't take
It's
no
still,
breaks.
it's still. You sure?
Yeah, Undead Unluck is like one of the few that hasn't taken a break from what I remember.
Well, listen. All I know is that Kaiju number 8 is. I think Kaiju number 8 anime form would look so much better than Undead Unluck, because I think
Oh yeah,
Kaiju number 8 anime form, you can take obviously the art style that's used in the manga,
yeah,
but you can also play around with a lot with that. You can
yeah,
play around with that art style a lot with the anime,
yeah,
especially when you come to like the battle scenes and everything else. Like, there's a lot of other things you could do with it. I
yeah,
think Undead Unluck is one of those things where it's like it's kind of like the wackiness of it has really put itself in the corner of like you could only do one particular art style with this like manga and anime adaptation when it I feel it inevitably becomes whenever they say it's gonna come.
yeah,
But they really got done, like they put themselves in a corner with that. Like, I
yeah.
think Kaiju number 8, you can do a little bit more free form things with how the monsters look and the battles look, yada yada yada. Like, I think Kaiju number 8 is definitely written more for anime style than anything else.
I kind of agree with you on that. Like, as much as I don't want to put out Undead Luck, because I do think the art style does kind of I see what you're saying, but also I think they would have to give it a chance to like do some different things with the art style because of how wacky it can be. Like, while the art style itself with the characters is one way, the backgrounds, the action, and like a lot of the designs for the creatures in the story are something else entirely. So they could also play around with those things in itself. But I do agree with you with Kaiju number 8, especially because they got like the mid chapter color spreads, so you can actually see how it could be animated or what the art style is like for them, and as well as the they would be dropping those special illustrations for characters. So I do think Kaiju number 8 has the style and flair to like do a lot of things with the animation. Um, so also on this list is Koopa Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Sakamoto Days, Don Don, Magu-chan, and Nia Roboco, Mashle, and Mission Yozakura Family. So those are like the major ones.
I mean, yeah, all those. I mean, all those will be great animes.
Yeah.
Not great, but all those will be good animes. If we're talking great animes, we're talking Demon Slayer.
I mean, I think
What
so.
the
Here's
fuck
the
they
thing,
did
man.
this week was
After reading the
absolutely.
chapter for Dandadan this week, like, because
Oh no, Down to Down will be great. Down to
yeah,
Down will be amazing. Down to Down will absolutely kill anime.
and Yozakura, I think Yozakura Family has the chance. Like, it may not
Yozakura
be that great.
definitely. Yozakura, Sakamoto Days, and we're talking. I mean, those are all visually very appealing, and they tell just a solid enough story where it will translate well.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that.
Like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just good enough. Like the
Like,
stories are just good enough.
yeah, where it's like, okay, this is entertaining for like a good
Like
12, 13 episodes.
Yozakura is like it can like they go a little bit too shonen,
Yeah,
but that's fine.
yeah,
Sakamoto Days is a little bit too like wacky, but that's fine. Like it's not too left field. They're not doing
yeah.
too much.
I think because Mashal is also on the list. I think it's
Mashle's a
also
comedy, bro. Mashal, I think Mashal. I think the work was so well with Mashal if it gets adapted is that comedy is gonna hit so much harder.
see that's the thing though. I feel like from Mashal, there's only two routes it can take, and it has to be either One Punch or Mob Psycho. Like it has to go in one of those directions. Like I feel like
Oh yeah,
if it's done
definitely.
by Bones and does the Mob Psycho thing, I think that Mashal will excel well. But then it has to get the Madhouse One Punch Man like first season. It has to get the first season for it to also do like
What
just as
is One
good.
Punch Man?
All right, so I'm gonna hit the Men in Black Flash, and we can erase the last 30 seconds.
What is One Punch Man? Like really, what is this story?
Hey man, every time I think about reading it, you like, bro, don't why?
Because, bro, I don't understand why you. I don't understand why. Like, I just don't. I just don't understand why. I
See, man,
can't
this is
do
one
it.
of those things where I'm like, all right, I be trying to hear out the recommendations, but everybody always talks about One Punch Man, and you're just like, nah, bro,
Don't
you could
I,
read
bro?
anything else.
Listen, I really saw people. I really saw people like praising it to the absolute fullest. I couldn't get with that shit. Thanks, sis, for dropping off the bong.
Uh,
You can leave that in there too. But I just it's it's too fucking much. One Punch Man is like really them just like Cyrus brought up Undead Unluck just being like niggas just vibing, just vibes. Like One Punch Man is really just vibes. I don't know what that story is anymore.
I ain't gonna hold you. I read like one of the later chapters, and I saw a nigga on the moon. I was like, bro, where did?
Yeah, see, bro, like it's one of those. It's just
I was like, hey, yo, what is this? We have gone off the deep end from the shit with Garo, dog. Like I feel, and I keep seeing that he's in the stories, and that's the one thing that I'll be wanting to read for. I'm like, all right, this nigga changed up. Like, where is it from there? But then you talk about it, I'm like, all right, maybe I can hold off a little bit longer. Let me go read something else.
I don't know, man. It's not worth it. It's
Hey
not
man,
worth it.
we might not get any One Punch talk until either I read it secretly or it ends. That's the
The
only way we'll
only
probably.
O the only OP I acknowledge is One Piece.
Oh yeah. Shout out to One Piece. Shout out to One Piece for this week, man.
1039 was an amazing chapter. Shout
Hey
out to
man.
Law.
Yeah, man. Kid and Law got the W. They tag team Big Mom came back. That was crazy. That was insane. Like Law really held it down for the
Hey,
real nigga.
bro, I'm wearing nothing but skinny jeans and Chelsea boots because of Law now for the rest of the year. And y'all catch me out here, I'm dressed like a punk rock star because of Law. We wearing nothing but big fur jackets and weird hats and Chelsea boots.
You getting the knuckle static?
Oh, I definitely would. I wouldn't get what he got though. That's some he got some different level shit. He got the thumb tatted. Like he
Yeah.
got the thumb knuckle. You know a
Yeah.
nigga really crazy when he got the thumb knuckle. I'll probably get the I don't know what's a 4-letter word that I can get on the or what's an 8-letter word. He got the thumb. He got death and what? He got death
Reckless,
and
goddamn. Like
hey, low key, that's kind of hard.
hey yo, go
R E
ahead.
RECCLESS, man. I'll do it. I'll do it.
hey, hey yo.
I'll do it. I promise to God, I'll do it.
We need
If y'all see me at Anime NYC this year,
the new reckless.
I got the reckless tide. That's definitely that's hard. I'll do that. I like that one.
Say Les, let me know when you get that shit, man. I gotta retweet. I gotta put it out there, man.
I'm gonna get crash out. I'm gonna get crash on one hand and another one out. But nah, man, man. Listen, Law is too cold.
Yeah,
This is a
man.
fun. I mean, this is a fun chat. I mean, obviously, once again, I've had my quarrels with Wano, but it's nice to know that they're about to wrap this up.
Yeah, man. Niggas thought that Big Mom was gonna be in the next arc. You know, they had to figure out some way to get Big
Hell
Mom up
no,
out of here.
hell no.
I don't know, man.
Listen.
It's looking kind of shaky.
Listen. Either Big Mom or Kaido got to die this arc. There's no way in hell both of them gonna make it to the next joint.
I don't know if anybody dying for real because One Piece don't like to kill niggas for real.
Man,
But
One Piece definitely murk niggas. Or
they
niggas
do, but
go to
like
jail.
they don't be trying
Niggas
to.
at least go to people at least go to prison.
Oh yeah, they definitely go. You seen Dofi got locked up? He was chilling with the newspaper.
Listen, bro, people for sure get locked up.
But that's the thing where it's like so many things have happened in this arc. These niggas are still floating in the sky. Law extended his sword through Big Mom all the way down to the mainland of Wano and put a big ass crater down in that bitch.
Yeah,
You know what
man,
I'm
hard.
saying?
My boy Law is too crazy. Listen, we ain't nothing but the Miris and the Chelsea boots, bro. You
Yeah.
already know the way. We punk rock all year. We punk rock all year.
Hey man, shout out to Kid though, because
If y'all see me, I'm in a mesh tank top, bro. We punk rock all year. Listen, man, y'all know the way. We tattoos and tank tops and jackets and skinny jeans, stacked skinny jeans and Chelsea boots. We no shirt, bro, with the traditional tattoos on the stomach, man. Come on, bro. We all punk rock. We dressing like we in the Sex Pistols.
Hey yo.
Come
Hey man.
on, man. Y'all know the wave. Y'all know the wave.
Man, listen, I feel the vibes. I feel the vibes. But we also got to shout out Kid one time because this nigga actually did some. Like he actually pulled out a railgun. He pulled out the big ass chopper, man, out of nothing. Blasted Big Mom through the hole that Law made. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give him some credit. He had some move other than the little bull or little mix he was creating. So you got to give him some love too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Kid did his thing. Kid got some cold powers too.
Oh yeah.
Um, but no, yeah, that One Piece chapter was good. I just need Wano to end.
Yeah, man. We get into it. We get down to the wire with that.
Hey, low key, this is like real shit because Doran and Ayashimon had really good chapters, and they've both been having like a good streak of chapters.
Yeah.
But it brought up a real question for me. Is Bleach the most influential manga of the 21st century? Because I'm very
Mm.
prepared to say it is.
You know, on one hand, I want to agree. And the reason I want to say that is because of the motivations behind both of those series. Not only both of those series, but like Bleach has also influenced JJK. Like I think the
Like if you
the
really think
stronger
about like cool looking manga and cool looking anime and art style, like I'll say this. I say Naruto really solidified the trope of everything's gonna have a 3-man team, one girl,
Mhm.
one moody nigga, and one like out of control guy who talks too loud, or
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying? Like
Demon Slayer.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna have, even like Inosuke is really the girl in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty and you know what I'm saying? Like like for real, like the three group, the 3-man, whatever you want to call it group, 3-person group. I think that is really where Naruto's
Legacy, I would say.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. That's where I think really think like the influence ends. It's like certain character tropes where it's like okay, but really when you think about it, when you think about overall art style, when you think about mangas who have hella 1v1s
Yeah.
and are very battle oriented, you think about really caring about like how not just art style, but like really caring about like how a character looks and the coolness of a character. Like
Yeah.
I think like just overall, I think Bleach is really the most influential joint out of the big three. I think
That's
no
it.
one could, because I think here's the reason why too. I think no one could do what One Piece does.
And that's the thing I wanted to touch on because like niggas be trying like Fairy Tail was inspired by One Piece. I think like to an extent Toriko and what's the other one? What is it? What Build King or whatever the fuck? Like, those adventure stories or things that try to tell like the grand adventure of something. Those you can see the inspiration from One Piece. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those really ain't do too well. A lot of those ain't successful as One Piece has gotten. I think the furthest you can get is like the dude who made Fairy Tail because he also made Raid Master and Eden Zero. And they kind of tell the same thing, but they're all completely different and they don't run as long as One Piece. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? That's as far as the influence that we've seen people try to reach or the level of. I think the other thing that has gotten as close to One Piece is like Doctor Stone, Twitch. That's also about to end really soon. Like we can get, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, one day we'll do a Doctor Stone.
Like what this they introduced like the big bad and they're about to go into like why they everybody turned into Doctor, like everybody turned to Stone next chapter. So like
I
it's
don't
really
care about
wrapping up
that.
for real,
I
for real.
don't. I don't. Yeah, I'm over it.
But that being said, like I'm just explaining like the One Piece thing for that. But you know what I'm saying? Naruto had the 3-man group. And then you got Bleach here telling like those down to earth, grounded characters, the main forward team, which we really see back in like
Like, bro, you can really
Yu Yu
tell. Like,
Hakusho.
yeah,
That like when you really think about it, like you got that 4 cast people, like Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei Kurama. Then you got Ichigo, Chad,
damn.
Uryu,
Hey,
Orihime.
listen, bro. Which is why I say Togashi's a goat. Everything leads back to Togashi.
Yeah, man. He
All
really had
roads
he
lead back
had
to
the formula for
Togashi.
it.
He really did. Shout out to Wifey too. Wifey
Yeah. Oh
probably gave
yeah.
it
Oh
to
yeah.
him.
Yeah, man. But you know what I'm saying? Bleach in the same breath has also been just as influential. You know what I mean? And I think with Ayashimana and Doran, you see those stories being told and the characters, their motivations, like, you see that they are about to have a rough journey because they don't face like a super powerful bad. They face losses extra early. And now we are about to get the main characters and all of the supporting cast, built up so that they can go fight those big bads at some point. You know what I'm saying? So I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. Um, nah, yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's just something about Bleach that it just what it does. It just transfers well to what like manga, especially a lot of manga does now.
Yeah. Like I
But
think even Black Clover, you can see the inspiration from Bleach too.
nah, Black Clover is definitely a Naruto kid. Black Clover is a Naruto kid to the fucking
Nah, it's
fullest.
part Bleach too, man. Like
Nah, nigga,
it's part
that is,
Bleach.
bro. That is a Naruto kid to the fullest. Black Clover, that is,
I
man.
see Bleach as well, man.
Black
Like
Clover and Naruto is like me and my child. Like I can't even deny my kid. She looked just like me. I can't deny my kid at all. Even if I tried to, I couldn't. That's that's Black Clover and Naruto. Naruto can never disclaim Black Clover. Everything, even like, listen, man. Usually, I'm not usually the one to like, because I don't remember people try to do this with JJK because they're just like, oh, like Megumi is he's moody and usually like that, but like no, like Asta and like all that, like bro, that is 100% Naruto.
I mean, in that aspect, yes, but then you also got like the different squads. You know what I'm saying? That
What
around,
the different squads,
yeah.
Naruto?
No, that's more Bleach. The
That's
squads are more
no,
like
no,
Bleach because
no. The
no, because
Naruto
here's the
get
thing,
more
bro.
squads.
Squad Naruto has the 3-man squads. Black Clover has like the full like ranking
Team.
officer system. Like they have like 10 people to one actual team. You know what I'm saying? You
Nah.
forget the Black Bulls is like 15 niggas deep. Like, come on, man. It's not just the 3 niggas in one squad. Like they may go out on missions as like 3 people, but as a whole, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a team aspect. And like even with the latest chapters, you see the Black Bulls coming together. Like Yami showed up in this latest chapter. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit kind of got me kind of hyped. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Black Clover is one of them things where it's kind of like both. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. Is that JoJo Siwa playing in the background? Definitely is. Shout out to JoJo Siwa. She definitely gets spins in the. She definitely be getting spins in the credits. She was like I'm on like top 10 Apple Music artists
Oh,
last year.
that's crazy.
Nah, yeah, man. Shout out to the kid. Um, I mean, I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. There's depth once again. Like as much as people want to say Naruto sprinkled in everything, like Bleach is just right there in terms of just like you can just tell the influence. You can just smell the influence
Yeah,
of Bleach on things. I mean, I think it's a cooler influence too. I would rather read something influenced by Bleach than influenced by uh Naruto. So it
yeah,
is what it is. But no, I mean, and once again, One Piece is really in the world of its own. But I think that a lot of like world building techniques. I think the only thing with One Piece is that you really ain't. I don't think mangaka really want to be writing long stories like that anymore. Like they're not going super
nah.
duper long form like that no more.
Like the only reason they'll probably go that long form is if they're trying to like flesh out everything or just about everything. Because you see when mangaka don't do that, they have to do the novel thing. They got to do the spin off side story. They got to let
Yeah,
somebody else kind of come in and finish it. And even though One
yeah.
Piece kind of does that every now and again, like you still got Oda overwatching it. But when it came to like Demon Slayer and everything, like you see you forget we had what the lower moons and the upper moons, and Muzan was like, nah, fuck that. Half y'all niggas gotta go. Like there could have been a whole lot more story being
Oh
told
yeah, nah.
with Demon Slayer.
Muzan was like, I'm gonna. Muzan was like, I'm gonna help them out. just, Let me just cut this in half. I don't need all y'all anyways.
I'm saying, man,
Muzan's a real one.
like that's one of them things where it's like, all right, like we know we got to get to the main points of the story, so we can't spend years of our life when there's other things that we could be talking about. Like that's why I appreciate Fujimoto in such a way, because like all of his stories be really short, even though they run seemingly long. Like it's weird how he tells those
I'm
stories,
ready.
man.
I'm ready for Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Yeah, man,
Need
same
that immediately. Need that
shit. I'll
expeditiously.
take another one shot in the meantime. You know what
Please, for sure.
I'm
All right, before we wrap up though, before we get out of here, Spy Family had an amazing chapter. I love
yeah,
Spy Family. That
yeah,
was
man.
hilarious.
It was really good. It was a fun chapter. I'm glad to see Spy Family back.
I
Um,
know. I'm telling you, when Endo shows up for work, he shows up.
yeah,
It's
man.
just the showing up part that he needs to get consistent with.
Yeah, man. But this chapter he showed up. We got Becky trying to make a move on Lloyd.
I love. Okay, so here's the thing that I love about this chapter, and yeah, and after I wrap up this point, we can wrap this up.
Yeah,
one thing I loved about this chapter is that okay, I think in anime or manga, whatever, shonen, whatever how you want to categorize it, there's always like this moment where it's like a younger girl likes an older guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, with us as American fans, we see that and go like, "Yo, that's really really weird."
Yeah.
What Endo does great in this chapter is that he kind of takes the same thing, but he makes it really like he makes it like cute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he makes it
Because you
real like
see his
family.
perspective, you see Lloyd's
You know what I'm saying?
perspective.
Like, yeah, you see Lloyd's perspective where he's just kind of like really lost about this kid. And like, obviously Lloyd is a very like Lloyd is so by the, he's black and white by the book. He's very like tactical. He's very like, man, listen, like there's a plot behind everything that man does. Like he is so planned out. He done
Yeah.
had his next 10, 15 steps planned out before you even got your first one stepped off.
Yeah.
So for him, you get this double edge of like you get this cute innocent kid. And it's nothing really over the top. It's still once again very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
But you trying to take this thing where that has been done in anime and manga before that has made me feel like uncomfortable even watching. But then it's just like it's they take that and they do it in a very cute form. They make it very fun. They make it very family friendly, and they bring Yor involved in it.
Yeah, and you know what it is. You know what it is. That it's because of the kind of person Lloyd is. We know their characters, and we know that Lloyd, because of how tactical he is, when he sees Becky trying to talk to him, he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? How's your family doing?" But in the back of his mind, like I did research about all of y'all. Like I know everything, every move that your family makes. So in case if y'all need to be an asset, you know what I'm saying? I already got the 411 on you. You know what I'm saying? So like, but with Becky, you see the kind of the immaturity between her and Lloyd. Like you see, like, hey, like he's an adult, she's a kid, so they're thinking about it two separate ways. And then you have Anya who's facilitating both things, and you even have her at a certain point that's like, when Becky thinks about Anya being happy that she would be her mother, Anya sits there and has a moment where she's like, you know what, I kind of would like Becky to be my mom because that means we would have some money coming in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of see the perspective of all of these characters, and we know how they are. We know how they all think, and because of the character that Anya is, we can facilitate all of their thoughts through through this situation. Whereas we know with other anime or manga, we see certain characters who may do that, embarrassed or slightly off-putting thing where it's like, oh bro, what why this, that's what makes it uncomfortable when the character is actually like noticing what's happening versus thinking about it in their own terms, in their own way. I think that's what's more off-putting, but Spy Family handled that really well, and it's a very fun chapter because of that.
Nah, for sure, man. But I definitely no, I enjoy this chapter. Like they do the funny thing. I mean, like even when Yor gets involved, like getting hit by the car and throwing her, then rolling
Yeah.
and like it's a little over the top. It's a little extra. You kind of just like, bro, what the fuck are they doing? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's great. I mean, Spy Family always does an amazing job. So shout out to Spy Family for another great chapter.
for
But
sure.
no, I think this week was a very solid week all around.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had some other bullet points for other things. Just to run through them real quick. JJK, we had Utah saving groups of people from the cockroach spirit.
Where the fuck is Hikari? Give a
uh,
fuck about YouTube right now. Where the fuck is Hikari at?
hey man, we finally got to something else, and now we.
Where is Hikari? Listen, bro, when I'm asking, like, yo, where is somebody? There's a specific person I'm asking for. That's with anything in life. I don't ask vague questions. I don't ask a broad spectrum. There's a specific person that I want or like that I'm asking for. I may
You
ask in
saying
a
Hakari
broad
ducking your
way.
calls?
Hikari is ducking the calls, bro.
Hey
Hikari
yo,
is ducking the calls,
he
dog.
ain't pay out from the fight ring, bro.
Bro, listen.
Hey
Listen,
yo,
bro. Listen. When I'm asking for like when I'm like, yo, we need to see somebody, there's a specific somebody that I have in mind that we're looking for. We
hey
can
look.
get into that next week on the Big Eyes podcast. But where is Hikari? Akutame? Where the fuck is Hikari?
Man, all right. Let me get through the rest of them real quick. We got My Hero, of course. Awful One got some agents on the inside. The kids moved to another facility, and they about to start the war. Undead Unluck Ragnarok is actually coming, and April 1st to this date, so wait for April 1st. Kaiju number 8. We got a color chat page in the middle of the chapter. Kafka
That
is
was sexy
progressing.
too. That color page is crazy.
Yeah, man. Kafka had his kaijufication is progressing. But the first division is trying to figure out, what to do with him and the general's daughter, and they're both planning to get stronger. Sakamoto Days, they're actually about to start putting Shin in assassin school, and they're on a plane, and this is like the first test. This is like the hunter exam in the beginning. This is kind of where it's at. Like they put all the assassins on the plane, and now they're going to war with each other. They actually put like a whole bunch of weapons in. Niggas are killing each other. That's kind of out of pocket. Showa Shoten came back. They got the results from the comedy competition, and they won by default, so they're upset about that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it. I got Dandadan, and that's the Ken versus GG comes to an end, and that was a wild fight. Nigga beat him by doing 20 squats. Take that information what you will. Yeah,
We'll get into a lot of this other stuff
yeah,
next week.
man.
Obviously, as we continue to let some stories build and some things, marinate. But thank you for this staying tuned in with this episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. As always, you can make sure you can find us at the Lookout RNC, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever your favorite social media. Doesn't even matter. Just make sure that you following and you subscribing. Next up, we got RNC Radio Live, obviously the one-stop shop for everything that's hot. And make sure you give us a follow and subscribe. Shout out to RSPN. That will drop a hilarious episode today
Hey,
because
man,
they
I
got the
can't wait
homie
to hear
Cam.
that.
Listen, they got the homie Cam on there, and he's just like Mick Foley, so you already know it's some shit that's gonna pop off on there. Yeah, man, everything is everything. So, like, make sure you're following the crew and make sure you're staying tapped in. And as always, AD, what's the sign off?
You already know. Please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout. Only on the lookout for the Big Eyes podcast.